as I mentioned in my slides, an easy way to collect survey responses is through Google Forms. And in this short video, I hope to show you the ropes of Google Forms for basic use in a library setting. So the first thing you can do is go to your internet browser and then type in forms.google.com. And you are taken to this page, and it might take a second to load. And this is what your Google Forms homepage looks like. This is a type of cloud service that Google uses. And you notice if you go to the upper right hand corner here, I am logged into Google through my Gmail account, or more broadly, a Google account. If you don't have a Google account, it is free to get one, and you can make it for an organization instead of an individual. You just set up an email address and a username and that kind of thing, and it's really easy. So to make a form that you can then make publicly available, you go to up here, blank form, and these are templates you can use. I usually just go to the blank form and click it, and then title. Let's see, based on all right, library survey, and then yeah, I don't know what the difference between these two titles are. I think they're the same thing. So that's the title for the form, and then you create a question, and this is actually the space where you type in the text. I don't know why they say untitled, but let's type in a question like, which services were you, the patron, previously unaware that we offered? Or let's say our library offers. And then there's different types of response options. So let's see here. At the top, you have your text response options. Multiple choice is pick one. Checkboxes is pick as many as apply, or there are several other options. So let's go with checkboxes. And we'll say homework help. And let's add another option. Actually, if you click this add quote other, that just means you want the word other, but this is the one we want, just the standard add option. So homework help, let's see, research databases, and maker space, and let's give a fourth option, CD of the month club. And then I'm just going to leave it at one question. You can add additional questions by going up here on the right to the plus sign, add question, and you can do more fancy things by clicking on these options. I'm just going to leave it there though. Let's make this question required. And I believe you can undo something by going way up to the top here, the three buttons, and then undo. There we go. But this is going to be good for this example survey. And so how do you get this to your patrons publicly? Well, you go up to click send here, and it gives you several options. The envelope means email, the paperclip means hyperlink, but what I'd like to show you is this angle bracket thing, which is embed HTML in your web page. So you notice it gives you an iframe object. We had an iframe object, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago in our homework assignment. So let me modify this to give it the ratio I want. And then we'll just, we will copy this code snippet, Control C, and then I will pull up a basic HTML file and Control V to paste, and that is it. So let me save this. And then I'll just close this out. And then I'm going to upload this example web page to show you how it works. So I'm going to get out my FTP client and connect to my SWeb at UK's website. And just like we do for class, let's go where I have the file. Testing Google Form, that's what I called it. And then we'll just drag it over here. And transfer is successful. Okay, great. Now disconnect using Control D. There we go. And so let's see how it looks when I've embedded a Google form in a public web page. Oh, my computer is being slow again. Okay. So I'll go to sweb.uky.edu and there it is. And this is a completely blank web page except here is the embedding. So you notice the same color scheme and everything. And let's see what happens when I interact with it. So which services were you previously unaware of? Why don't I just check all of them, see how that works, and then click submit. Okay. Library survey, your response has been recorded. And I think you can customize this message. I'll have to play around with that a little bit more. So I have actually responded to the survey which I posted publicly. And if we go back to the Google Forms page, look right here, we have one response. And if we click on the responses tab, this is what I said. Okay, so I clicked on all of them. So the reason it says 100% is because I am the only respondent so far. And this is a, let's see, this is a summary of all your responses. This would be an individual response. Oh, okay. So here's just a copy of what I responded. So yeah, this is a copy. But one really interesting thing, which I think is extremely helpful, is you can bring all the responses from a Google form survey into a spreadsheet, a Google Sheet, by going up here and clicking on this green sort of Excel looking icon. You click that once and click create. And there it is. And so this is your spreadsheet. Timestamp just means the time which somebody responded to your survey. That's automatically recorded with a Google form survey. And then this is our one question. So then if you had another response, there would be another timestamp, and then whichever options the person checked would appear here. And one thing I'd like to note is that if you go up here to the upper right corner, this is currently private, which you'd probably want, but you can change the people who can access it through the share button. And then another thing which I think is really helpful is if you click on the cell with the responses, or for multiple responses, if you highlight this column, you can separate the results out into individual columns. So you can go up here to data and all the way down to the bottom, split text to columns, and then left click once. Oh, whoops, okay, so that didn't work quite like I thought it did, so I'm gonna undo that. If you click on just this cell and click text to columns, there we go. It'll split homework help, research databases, Makerspace, and CD of the Month Club. It'll separate those into separate columns, which will be easier to work with than than having them all in one column separated by a comma. And then, of course, there's more options here. So that is how to have a public survey on your website with Google Forms. I hope that's an easy tool for you to use and powerful but straightforward, and I hope you can put it to use soon. So thank you.